up, everybody? We are the Well-Mannered Cartel. I'm Tom. That's Mike. That's Marlon. That's Chris. Week 3 in the books. Another week gone in Super Liga. Let's get right into the matchups from week 3. The first one we're looking at is one that I was a part of, unfortunately. Them Lions 196, the Fart Hounds 177. I put up 177 points, man. Again, I'm putting points, and it's just, my division's rough. The Earth division right now is it's like the wild west. And yeah, dude, it's a scary division, and I'm down 0-3, and so gonna have to claw my way back up into a wild card spot or something, because right now it doesn't look good. I have confidence in the roster that I have that I will. However, let's get into the matchup. He had, Mike Williams went off 44 points. Clyde Edwards-Helaire finally played well. He had 26 points. Tannehill, a respectable 28. Cooper Kupp again with 30.6.
Yeah.
The Browns 16, and then Joe Mixon only had 10 points for me. He was only 10. He was 10 yards shy of the bonus for me, which was I was really banking on. And Jefferson and Metcalf finally played. Those guys both came out, and I needed a big game for one of those guys, and both of them played really well. Lamar Jackson had an okay game with 21 points. Allen Robinson, though, man, it's not his fault. Quarterback situation there, that he's still getting all of the targets, so hopefully they get that sorted out. But man, just rough week for me. I still put up 177 points. I think that was more than half the league, over half the league. Sorry,
for sure. No worries.
I lost. He's mad because I lost.
I can't believe it, Dad.
But yeah, man, them Lions again putting up major points. It's 2 weeks in a row. We might that W's turning into that L's turning into a W, maybe, right?
For sure, man.
Yeah, man.
He put up almost 200 points, and TJ Hawkinson was disappointing, and was that Deontay Smith? I don't know. So many players.
Smith.
Smith, I think it's for the
receiver
for the rookie. Yeah, Devonta for the receiver for the Eagles with 5, and so he could have had an even bigger day, man, if those guys just give him a little more. But it's scary that he can put up those numbers with Ryan Tannehill at quarterback. Who this is kind of like his first good game, I think, of the season too. It was kind of bad luck for you, Tom, that Tannehill showed up, and Edwards-Helaire showed up for him, and so
that was the big one. CEH actually, and that was for me, Allen Robinson under 5 points, Tim Patrick 2 points shy of the bonus, Lamar Jackson a few yards shy of the passing bonus. So there were some bonuses that could have really helped me this week that just didn't happen. It just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, man. And it's not like you left a whole lot on the bench either, right? You kind of that was the right decision, your lineup decision. So, it's pretty wild, man. That's why I say, man, you score 165, 175, and you lose, you're kind of just like,
what else can I do?
Last week I had a bad week. I didn't put up many points, so I deserve to lose. But week 1 and this week, that's bummer, man. If I play, most any other team in the league this past week, I would have won. And that's the way it goes, man. It's football. But let's get on to the next
division as well.
Yeah, for sure. Get into that next division matchup in the Earth division. Vino Poppy 166. He loses to the Chimps, who's now 3-0. He put up 182. The Chimps are still. They're rolling too. They're 3-0. The champions, maybe, man.
Champions. Damn, man. Mark Andrews with a day, 26 points. That's pretty impressive. And then Swift, and I think this is 2 good games in a row for Swift now.
Yeah, when you look at the Chimps, man, Mahomes didn't put up under 30, right? It wasn't a good game by his standards, and the Chimps put up 180, man. That's great for him.
We've talked about the IDPs before. His IDP got 35 points, bro, which his opponent got 23 points, so it's nothing to sneeze at, but still 35 points from your IDP is pretty incredible.
Yeah, that's sick, dude.
Tom Brady for Vino, man. That's the quarterback I gave him. Put up 50.68, so 51 points from Tom Brady. Dude.
Yeah, dude, that's wild. And
Yeah.
then James Robinson having a big day. I mean, he hasn't really shown up this year either, and he had a good 25 points, but he had to start because he's a little weak at receiver. I don't know if he's dealing with injuries or what, but man, dude, yeah, because Jarvis Landry's hurt, but Quintez Cephas getting him 2 points, basically 1.8 points. I mean, that's a
Gotta
fucking
hurt.
bummer,
Yeah.
bro.
It's gotta
Yeah,
hurt.
when you lose by 15, 16 points, that sucks, dude.
Yeah,
So
it's another one where you put up 100, 166 is like toward the lower side of like the high point spectrum, but that's a
right.
decent score still. But like I said, man, this Earth division is really rowdy right now.
Yeah, dude, I was looking at like my points scored and I felt pretty good about it. I was like, you know what? I know I'm 1-2, but I've scored a lot of points, so maybe it'll even out. And then I looked at the Earth division. I was like, man, I'd be in fucking fourth place in points scored in that goddamn division, dude. Like, it's wild, dude. I think
Yeah.
the top 3 scorers are in that division.
Yeah,
in the
man,
league.
it's wild, dude. It's been a rough one, but let's get on to the next division. Let's look at the win division. Over Easy pulls a close one out over the Muff Vipers, 149-141.
Man,
It was a close one, man. I know I was talking to Haley that Sunday night. She thought she was going to lose, and I looked at it. I think she had one player left, and Eric had one player left. And I was like, you might. It looks like I don't want to say you're going to win, but I'm pretty sure you're going to win. And she barely scooped it out.
yeah,
Victory, 149-141. Not super high scoring, but over Easy goes to 2-1 in the year, and Muff Vipers is 2-1 as well.
Yeah, all day long on the projections, man. It was just a toss-up for that game. So it really did come down to the last game of the week.
Yeah,
dude, I think she was because I think his last player was Robert Tunyon, and I think he was like, I don't know, I think Tunyon needed like 10 points. If he would have got him like 10 points, maybe he would have pulled it out.
Yeah.
Tunyon only ended up getting 1 or 1.6. So, I mean, starting Gesicki, dude, that was, I don't know, is she streaming tight end? That's not like her starting tight end every week, right?
tight end every week.
That's her starting tight end every week? That's fucking crazy.
I don't even think she has another one on the roster.
She has the rookie from Pittsburgh, Frymouth. Yeah, he put up 11 points this week.
She's been starting Gesicki since week 1, though.
Yeah, which is probably the right move.
Right.
Yeah, but
I mean, tight end's rough, dude. Like,
yeah, it is. It's rough as shit. Yeah, man. So that was the difference, man. Gesicki just getting 18 points and Tunyon getting 2. Like that's. I mean, if you look everywhere else, I mean, the Muff Vipers actually, I mean, they underperformed, but Herbert had 40. Barkley had 21. Mike Evans had 28. Like, those are the big guys, that he expects to get the bulk of his points from. But Lockett with a bad game. Oh, Jamar Chase had 24, but he just had a couple of guys that just let him down big time, man.
Yeah, and that was Barkley's first good game of the season, I think.
Yeah. Oh, dude, in his IDP, Blake Martinez only got him 3 points because I think he tore an ACL or some shit. Like, he's out for the season. So that sucks because Blake Martinez is a tackle machine, dude. So for him to lose by 9 points and Blake Martinez only got 2 tackles, like that's a little bit of a bad luck on his part.
I think we talked about. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Marlon.
I was gonna say it's also worth noting that although like Haley came out winning, like a lot of her top positions also got like really unlucky, like just getting under 10 points from Chubb and Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like, but she still came out with the win. So
and 18 points from 18.6 points from Russell Wilson. You expect more from him too, right?
Yeah.
But her I don't know if she drafted. I don't know if she drafted the Cardinals or if she just picked them up, but damn, that's a hell of a fucking get right there. Because
I think she drafted him. She hasn't been super active in the waiver wire. I don't believe.
So that's wild, dude. What a fucking pickup! Because I think they're like the highest scoring DST defense, right now, and they've been getting like 20 points from the DST position. So that's pretty wild.
Shout out to me and Chris for calling that Saquon that was going to have a game this week.
Hey, Right?
Like,
That's
they
right.
were like, he's not any good. Yeah, we're like, all right, we'll see.
They're working him back in.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, that's good to see though for the muff for the muff that Barkley had a game, and
Yeah.
I think he can rely on him going forward. So we'll see what happens.
Yes, sir. So the next one in that division was you, Chris. The Bad Hombres 205, the Golden Draft 145. You buried it.
Man, finally, dude, buried him. I called it. I mean,
Yeah.
but it's easy to be, confident when you're going up against that
Yeah.
squad. But I mean,
I don't say that. I'm
one
playing.
last shot. Yeah. No, I just had to give him one parting shot. I'm like, Kenneth, his squad's actually pretty good. It's pretty decent, but it got banged up. AJ Brown going down actually, that helped me out.
You know what's wild?
Galladay. I mean, not really. You scored 205. I mean,
yeah. I mean, but yeah, you're right. I mean, I would have beat him anyway. But I mean,
yeah, you would have beat him. You would have beat him anyway. But what's wild is like on the weekly report, like his best possible lineup was like over 200 points or something like that. Like he could have put up so many more points.
Yeah, like I think he left Madison on the bench. Heineke got 29 points. I think his if he would have started his other IDP, that was like another 20-point difference there. So yeah, he could have put up more points for sure. I mean, I on my side of things, I think everybody kind of performed like they usually do for the most part, except for, CeeDee Lamb had like a below average game, and obviously McCaffrey going out early because of his injury. But dude, really, if you look at it, it's just I figured out the defense and the IDP. That was what was plaguing me the first 2 weeks. And I just made the right moves in those positions. And that was, 57 points from those two positions, dude. That's how you get to the 200s,
Yeah,
that's what happened.
I'm struggling for a defense, dude. I might have to trade a pick away or something, like a late round pick or something. I don't know, man. Like I'm struggling right now.
Yeah, but really that was the difference right there, man, because Ridley, he still hasn't come alive yet. He's getting, 15 points, 16 points. DJ Moore has really been probably my best receiver, getting 30 points last week. After McCaffrey went down, I'm expecting his targets share to go up. So it'd be interesting to see what happens there.
Bench has been putting up points, huh?
Yeah, that was crazy. So I started him last week, but I didn't start him. No, I don't think I haven't started him yet, I don't think. And I was gonna start him. I was thinking about starting him, but I was like, no, I think I'm gonna go with Higgins. But then Higgins ended up being injured, so I had to start Marvin Jones, which is kind of a bummer. But yeah, just not knowing what I mean. You knew he was gonna get the targets because he's literally the only wide receiver in Houston that's worth a shit right now.
Yeah.
But you're like, those targets are gonna be shit coming from fucking Mills.
And the defenses are gonna be covering him.
But I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, Mills. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, maybe we need to give him more credit. He's a better receiver than we thought.
I mean, he's putting up the points.
The ball. Yeah, he's getting good points. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what he does this week. But yeah, man. I mean, finally, I got the fucking got a win and can fucking move forward, dude. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's tough getting your first win, but
not to sidetrack. But what's kind of crazy that I just realized, like. The Texans, no matter like what their quarterback play is like, they always have like one solid receiver.
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully Cooks can live up to that because he's no the fucking DeAndre Johnson or Hopkins. But if he's half of those guys, I'll take it. Shit.
He's half, yeah. That'd be good. Now we head over to the fire division. Coulon Santo 161, Tropics 141, so 20 points for Coulon. And I think you're 3-0 now, Marlon, huh?
Yeah.
Keep rolling. Just fucking rolling, dude.
Is that what that 3 was?
Yeah. Dude, that's a badass, man. Kyler Murray.
Marlon, if you go 4-0, you got to come on. You got to come on the air looking like Fred Durst next week. Have you seen the Fred Durst lately?
Hold on, maybe I might. No.
Oh my God! Oh, dude, Google him.
Google Fred Durst 2021, and then you have to. I mean, we're getting close to Halloween anyway, right? Anyways, go for it.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Marlon.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, we lost your audio, bro.
We lost your audio,
Can you hear
bro.
me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're back.
There you
You're
go.
back.
You're back.
Oh, yeah. No, he looks amazing. I just saw pictures right now.
Ándale. You had to do it. You had to Google it mid podcast,
That guy's
bro. Let's start
crazy.
with fucking. You got to start with Justin Tucker, right? God damn, what an absolute weapon.
Oh, dude,
17
that was a
points.
badass kick, dude. I was so
Fucking-
happy for him. Did you
So
see his
happy
face?
for
How
him.
excited he was after he made that
Bro,
record-breaking kick.
You should
was
you
like-
should get like a 20-point bonus for breaking an NFL record or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right?
Like if you break an NFL record in a game, you should get some kind of a bonus. So,
A
but yeah, 17 points
kiss,
is
a hug,
badass.
something.
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 Yeah, man. Julio Jones only getting you 10 and Amari Cooper only getting you 5. Like it's awesome that you overcame that. You know, those are two, subpar performances, but your team still pulled it out with
Yeah, dude.
George Kittle with a bounce back game, dude.
I was saying this a little earlier that I got lucky that Flint Tropics didn't score that much either.
Yeah.
Because it was my score, although I won, it was a relatively low score.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is this your lowest score of the season, or have you scored lower? Oh, you frozen, bro?
I think he's been around this. I think this has been about his average, man. I don't think he's been scoring too far over, has he?
Scored 166 last week, 160
Yeah.
week, and in week 1 he scored 189 or 190.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's about what he's been getting. He's just, it's one of those things where his matchups have been,
Favorable.
like he said, they've been kind of favorable, and he's been, but give him credit for drafting a good team too, because it's not like this team, Julio Jones let him down, Amari Cooper let him down, and he still, put up 161 points. So he could have, he kind of could have had a bigger day for sure.
Yeah.
Of this squad.
Kind of one of the easier divisions in the league
Yeah.
right now.
Hey, you're
Yeah,
back, bro. You're back.
And you're back. No worries.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we
sorry.
talked right through it.
Volume's a tad low. Volume's a tad low.
Low.
Yeah, it's a little low.
How about now?
That's
Better.
good.
It's better.
Yeah, man.
On the
You
other-
want me to go? I can go higher. Do you want me to go
No,
higher?
you're-
Hombre, estás bien, you're fine. Hey, dude, on the other side, though, Dak with a decent game, not like the games that we're used to seeing from him, but if you notice, I think we talked about it last week, Dallas is running the ball better, this year than they did last year. The offensive line is healthier. And so I think this is I don't know if we're going to see many more of those huge monster games from Dak that we saw at the beginning of last season and that we saw, first game of this season. I think it's going to be more of a mix, which is, which is great as a Cowboys fan, because that's what you want. You want a balanced offense, but it's bad for like fantasy football production, because that means, Amari Cooper's probably not going to score as much as we thought, and neither is CeeDee Lamb. And, but Zeke's back, man. I think Zeke is back. That offensive line is looking great, and he was running fucking hard. So better for the run game, worse for the passing game going forward, I think, for the Cowboys.
Yeah, Zeke was just like a few yards short of the bonus. Also, he would have gotten more points too.
Yep, and he got stopped. He got stopped at like the half-yard line for another touchdown. He could have had 3.
Oh,
probably.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was like, he just missed having like a monster game with the bonus and the extra touchdown.
Yeah, I was watching the game. I was watching the game, and I was like excited because the Cowboys were winning, but also I was like, no,
He was fucking down.
Yeah.
He was
No, roll back the tape. Challenge.
Yeah.
challenge that shit.
I think Derrick Henry came out. He showed out 29 points, but I think like Flint Tropics right now, looking at his roster, he's struggling at receiver, and that's probably what's like bringing him down a little bit. If he had a better player receiver, he probably would have had a better shot in this game.
Yeah.
And he's got, I guess Michael Gallup is the receiver he has on IR, but he had Christian Kirk on the bench who scored 27. He could have used that, but otherwise, man, I mean, Marlins squad is just pretty consistent right now. These players are pretty consistent right now. George Kittle, had a great game with 20 points, and Kyler's doing his thing. It wasn't like a monster game from him, but I mean, Marlins squad is looking pretty okay right now, and they're sitting at 3-1. I mean, 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah, and then the last game of the week 3 was Gridiron Throne 225. 220. I saw that correctly. 225.
Jeez Louise.
To the Lady Boys 109 points.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, that's an ass whooping, right?
So that'd be considered an ass whooping. I mean, you doubled them up, so yeah.
Man, and for a while there, it didn't even look like he was going to score 100 points. So
It's going to happen at some point this season. Someone is not going to break the triple digis. Who's it going to be?
Yeah.
Boys.
Yeah, Derek Carr saved his ass. Yeah, I felt really great. Like I may have mentioned it last week on the pod, or maybe just talking to you guys, but like looking at my roster, I really liked my roster, and there was like nobody that I would, consider cutting or whatever. And I had a lot of confidence in the players that I had drafted. But they had somewhat underperformed, particularly Josh Allen and Devontae Adams, and both of them had huge games this week, and that was really like the difference maker in my team, finally getting a win. Josh Allen, 56 points. Devontae Adams, 41 points. Almost everybody on my squad scored a touchdown. My weakest performer was Cortland Sutton. He scored 8.7 points, which not great at your flex position, but also not terrible. So yeah, I mean, things were looking pretty good for me today.
And then your defense and your IDP again, his combined score for his defense and IDP was 4, and yours was like 40. So I mean, that man. I don't think defense or IDP have been as important as they have been this year. It's insane.
Yeah,
like it is so. I don't know why. Like you said, Tom, we talked about it last week. The freaking the scoring's the same. It's just I don't know why like the points are inflated this year. It's hard to fathom that it was going to be that important. And yeah, man, it's just such a difference maker. So when you've got a solid defense and a solid IDP, you've got such an advantage. And yeah, man, if Josh Allen keeps playing like this, dude, I mean, yeah, you're going to be a problem, I think.
Dude, position by position, you go down our rosters. Like I beat him at every single position, which I don't know how often that happens, but it felt pretty good.
Spoken about his roster already. So
yeah, he doesn't have the best roster, man. But I mean, hopefully things look up for him because
we talked about it. He just got a young.
He's got a young roster. Like I'm curious to see how Jonathan Taylor pans out for him because that's his first round pick and he hasn't been performing great. But he's a running back. He's a young running back, so we'll see how things go with him.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be a rough one this year for Lady Boys, but you never know. Maybe he'll make some trades.
Yeah. And he's just here for a good time anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all?
So that makes both of those squads, Gridiron Throne and Lady Boys, takes them both to 1 and 2. That's the end of the first round of the division games. Let's have a look at the standings right now. The Earth Division, the Chimps sit on top, 3-0. They have 554.8 points scored. Dem Lions 2-1, 581.6 points scored. Vino Poppy 1-2, 559 points scored. I mean, those are ridiculous numbers.
Yeah.
The Fart Hounds 0-3 with a modest 501 points scored.
Something to sneeze at.
No, not at all. The Win Division, Over Easy is at the top there. She's 2-1, 496.90 points scored. Muff Vipers also 2-1, 478.14 points scored. Then the Bad Hombres 1-2 gets his first win this week. He's 544.58 points scored. And then the Golden Dragons 1-2, 443.66 points scored. So that division's a little bit closer. Everyone's just a game apart, really, or same. So it's kind of it's interesting, right? And then the Fire Division, Lone Santo 3-0, 517 points scored. Gridiron Throne 1-2, 519.28 points scored. Flint Tropics 1 and 2, 492 points, 22 points scored, and then finally the Bangkok Lady Boys 1 and 2, 390.36 points scored. So, yeah, man, that those divisional matchups are so important and they're key because when we go into the playoffs, right, you look at the head-to-head match. So, super important. There is that second, the last round of games, the last three regular season games again. So you have a chance to redeem yourself there, but you kind of get a glimpse of what's going to happen in the future.
For sure.
Chris's corner.
All right, we're gonna start with who the fuck is that guy, and that guy this week is Tyler Conklin, a tight end. I'm not even fucking sure what team he plays for, dude, because I didn't write it the fuck down. 7 catches, 70 yards, 1 touchdown, 20 points for a tight end. That's a monster fucking game from a tight end. And I think he's out there on waivers. I don't know if anybody's going to take a shot at him. Or do you have him, Marlon?
Nombre.
Did you pick him up? No, okay, never mind. Maybe I misread that. I thought you picked him up.
No, who dat has him.
Who dat?
From Minnesota.
Oh, who that deal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's from Minnesota.
That makes sense. Oh, that's right. He's in Minnesota. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. I
actually had
Squander
after week 1, but I cut him.
You cut him? Why would you do that?
I had like 4 tight ends, and now I have Travis.
Oh yeah, you don't need him anymore. So the Squander this week, none other than the Muff Vipers, man. 149 to 141. That was the score of the matchup, and it was the tightest game. I know we already covered that, but if you look at his tight end pick, I mean, I know tight end is a freaking wasteland, and it's hard to get it right, but when you go with Robert Tonyan and he only gets you 1.6 points, and then you start Sterling Shepard and only gets you 3, and you get bad luck with Blake Martinez, but you lose by 8 points. I mean, any one of those positions, you just make another decision and it probably gets you the win. So the Muff Vipers are the Squander this week. The Bed Shitters, we've touched on some of these guys already. The first guy, Allen Robinson, it's more of an accumulated shitting over the first 3 weeks. He's been underperforming for sure, but this last game was his worst by far.
He was throwing pedals. He was throwing pedals the last couple of weeks. And
yeah. And now he let it all out, dude. And it's it's hard to blame him. It's his starting quarterback went down, and Justin Fields doesn't look too hot yet, so. I think they got like 60 yards of fucking offense in that entire game. It's insane. But 4.7 points for Allen Robinson. He's a shitter this week, unfortunately. And then Quintez Cephas, 1.8 points, started by Vito Poppy, wide receiver for the Lions, I believe. Man, it's rough when you're starting Quintez Cephas in your starting lineup, man. So I know he's trying to figure out that wide receiver position a little bit. I'm sure he's out there fishing for some trades, so we'll see what he comes up with here in the next couple of weeks.
Didn't you guys have something planned, perhaps? Or?
We've got something maybe in the works. We'll see what happens. Let's not count our eggs before they hatch. You know what I mean? And then lastly, Robert Tonyan with 1.6 points. Again, that kind of led to the Muff Vipers' demise there. Starting tight end, 1.6 points. Those are the 3 shitters this week. The no talent pussy, the 2-time, the back-to-back, the defending champ, the Bangkok Lady Boys with 109, a score of 109.2. I think every time he becomes a no talent pussy, we should add an L to his name. So it'll be the Bangkok Lady Boys. And we just got to keep extending that L every time he's a no talent pussy.
Did he do worse this last week than last?
By a point, I believe, or a couple of points. I think there was a stat correction in his favor that gave him like an extra 2 points. He was originally at 110. He got a stat correction that bumped him up to 113. He's 109. So 109 is the no talent pussy standard this year. Let's see if it gets any lower.
I hate this kid, man. Like we talked about, like he was so strong last year.
He was very strong.
The beginning of last season, we were like, wait till he comes back down to earth, and his team never did. Right, he was really good throughout the entire season, but I mean, now he's
again. I mean,
a couple years ago.
I don't want to hedge my bets. I think this team's going to be good. If he's patient, this team could be good in a year or 2 or 3. But he's got to be patient. He can't blow it the fuck up just yet. He just has to ride it out. Luckily, he loves the league and he doesn't mind losing. So that's a great attitude to have. So just be patient. We're gonna pour him out. Obviously, the big one, Christian McCaffrey, the number 1 overall, going down for this is what his 2nd season in a row, 3rd season in a row. That's he's injury, riddled with injuries. So luckily, this injury. There's different grades of hamstring injuries, and apparently there's like a grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Apparently this is less than a 1. This is less than a grade 1. That's what I heard. I'm not a fucking doctor, but they said he could be back after 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks.
I'm a doctor.
I think they're
He'll
gonna
be back in 2.
I am a doctor. He'll be back in 2. I think they're gonna take it easy with them. They're 3-0. They don't really, you know what I mean. They're off to a good start. They're not hurting for wins. I think they're gonna probably rest him as long as they can. Ease him back in. I can see him missing fucking a month. I think that can happen. I hope not. I hope it's only 2 weeks, but we'll see.
And
AJ, go ahead.
No, go.
Okay, so AJ Brown, another hammy. AJ Brown, he's going to be out for 4 weeks, more than likely, and maybe even longer. I guess his hamstring injury is much worse than the Christian McCaffrey injury. So that's a bummer, man, because AJ Brown was an absolute beast last season, and he got off to a slow start, and then now he's going to be out for maybe a month. So that sucks, man. That's a bummer for AJ Brown because I really like him as a receiver. And then lastly, James White, he's been a PPR stable in fantasy leagues for a couple of years now. One of those guys that you can just put into your flex position and just, get 10 points, get 12 points, kind of help you squeak out a win. But James White pretty much has a dislocated hip and he's going to be out for the season. So that sucks for that guy. So we're gonna pour him out for those 3 fellas.
Yeah. Hey, did we pour one out for Tyrod Taylor last week?
Yeah, I think for Tyrod.
Oh,
I'll pour one out.
Yeah.
We poured one out.
Okay.
Poured one out all year.
I got him on my notes from last week, bro. Tyrod,
right,
there he is. Yeah, we poured it out for him. And the big cock on the block.
Here yet.
Without further ado, the big cock, the gridiron throne, the gridiron unit, dude. 225.32 points, man. I don't know if Tom gave you bulletin board material when he called you one of the worst teams in the league. I mean, he wasn't lying at the time that he made the statement, but I think it awoke the beast and the sleeping giant. And now we have to deal with 225 points scored. What do you have to say for yourself, Mike?
Hey, my points speak for themselves.
This is Mike's best score ever in the league, right, Mike?
I think
probably, yeah, probably.
Bro, I think that was like, I think that's what you scored in your first 2 weeks combined, bro. You fucking got it in your 3rd week.
Yeah,
I scored like 160 last week.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
were the 2 lowest scorers in points last week leading into this game. But now that's off the game. I poured one out for myself.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, and what do we have next week?
We talked about 0-3 teams, and I was like, "There's going to be an 0-3 team," and lo and behold, it's me.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get into.
But there won't be an 0-4 team next week.
I don't say that, Mike. I'm not
Calling it.
All right.
counting my eggs before they turn to chickens.
I'm not lit.
Week 4 matchups. Les Mouf Vipers 2-1 versus the Chimps 3-0. It's a brotherly matchup. First out of division matchup. Who do you guys got?
Hang on a second. Chimps and Vipers. And the Chimps have been rolling. I don't see that rolling ending this week. Let's see. Patrick Mahomes had a rare bad game, and when I say bad, he still scored 26 points last week. I think he'll make that up this week. Let's see. DeAndre Hopkins also had somewhat of a bad week last week. I think he'll probably bounce back.
Scary Terry against Atlanta, dude. That guy, he's gonna go off. He's gonna go off against Atlanta.
Second, boys, I was cooking something. I need to grab it out of the oven. I'll be right back.
No worries.
Yeah,
we can take it from here. And then DeAndre Swift against the Bears. The Bears defense has been subpar this season, so I think DeAndre Swift will keep it rolling. I think as far as the Chimps are concerned, I'm a little concerned with him starting Chase Claypool. I don't know. Does he? I guess he doesn't have better options on the
bench.
On the bench here, because I think Chase is actually banged up. He's a little banged up this week.
Yeah,
so he's questionable.
His Ruggs.
And then starting Melvin Gordon also is, especially against Baltimore. Melvin Gordon against Baltimore, dude. I think he, based off of the matchups here, I'm talking myself into the muff, fucking coming up and taking it. I mean, I like Jamar Chase against Jacksonville. I like Mike Evans against New England. I think Justin Herbert against the Chargers, against the who are they playing? The Vegas against the Raiders. I think that's going to be a high scoring game. So I'm going to go with the Muff, dude. I think the Muff's going to take it.
Yeah, I'm going with the Chimps, but you mentioned Mike Evans, and this should be like a really good week for Tom Brady because he's going back to New England, and there's been some stuff in the press that I'm sure is going to piss him off a little bit.
Stirred it up.
Yeah,
stirred it up.
Some shit has been stirred. And hell hath no fury like a scorned Tom Brady.
All right, so Mike's going Chimps. I'm going Muff. Thomas?
Dude, as much as I would like the Chimps to lose, because he's in my division, obviously you want your division mates to lose whenever they're playing outside of the division. I think the Chimps are going to take it this week. I just, I don't know, man. His roster is very strong. I don't see him not putting up, under 165. I think he's going to put over that. I think his baseline is like 170 or something like that. So I think that's going to this week. He's got some favorable matchups, and I think he gets it.
Yeah, I think the Chimps are gonna take it, man. I just, like you said, Scary Terry. I mean, I just like the matchups a lot better, dude. Although the Claypool, putting him in as his flex, I disagree with, but
I think that's probably his best option though right now.
I was about to say he's probably going to change that, but I'm looking at his bench right now, and I mean, he's got a hell of a starting lineup, but if he has anybody get injured, man, it's going to be rough for him to kind of.
Yeah. I mean, just in those first three, the first four positions there at the top, I think that's going to be like by far the bulk of his points and his IDP.
So that's 3 for the Chimps, 1 for the Muff Vipers, correct?
Yeah,
that's right.
We got to keep track of these, man. We got to go back to the other.
See who was right, and then at the end of the season, we'll see who got the most right.
And then the loser has to do something stupid or something. I don't know.
Like give the winner a blowjob or something. I mean, we'll think of it. We can workshop it. We can workshop it.
We can workshop it.
It's just the first thing on the top of my mind.
Just thinking out loud.
Spitballing here.
It could be tossing the salad, whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
A bunch of wet blankets here.
Man, the next one's a big one. It's after this last week, Mike, your team's sitting, mighty high. So you're playing Dem Lions, is 2-1, who's been putting up he's been stacks, man. So Dem Lions 2-1 versus Gridiron Throne 1-2. Gridiron Throne put up a big score this past week, but Dem Lions has been putting up, big scores consecutively. I mean, how do you guys, Mike? I mean, it's your game, so you break it down and then kind of do your analysis, and then we'll kind of, give ours.
This week I'm kind of nervous. Funny enough, like I was pretty confident the first 2 weeks that I would win, and I lost both those games. I was confident last week, and I finally got a win. This week is the first week this season that I'm actually a little bit nervous about losing, just because Dem Lions is obviously a pedigreed team in the league, and they've been performing really well all season thus far. I like I said earlier, I really like my team a lot, but all it takes is for Cooper Cup to Cooper Cup and TJ Hawkinson to TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah.
And even Ryan Tannehill going up against the Jets, man, that could be a points bonanza. So
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous, but I'm picking myself because somebody's got to.
Yeah, Mike. I'm looking, dude. If Brian Tannehill wasn't going up against the Jets, dude. I mean, I know some of his weapons are banged up. AJ Brown's not going to be there. I think Julio's on the injury report.
Yeah.
Julio was always on the injury report, and he manages to fucking make it to the game, though. So
yeah.
I think Julio will play.
It's the Jets, bro.
It's the fucking Jets, dude.
Yeah.
I think
I could probably throw a touchdown against the Jets.
the only thing is that Josh Allen is playing Houston, so he could go for fucking 80.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's the one, man. I think it's dependent on Josh Allen and how well he does against Houston. He might throw 80 down, or he might not. They might not have to, man.
Yeah.
So
they could also just like run the ball.
Damn, dude, it's so hard. I think it's gonna be close, dude. But I'm gonna lean Lions, bro. But I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be high scoring. I would not be surprised if you fucking take it, Mike. But my gut's just saying, go with the Lions.
Yeah.
Dude, so like I was confident last week before I played them Lions with my matchups, and then we got into it, and his guys just started going off, and it's just one of those things. But Mike, I'm gonna pick Mike, dude. I'm gonna say that Josh Allen is gonna have one hell of a game against Houston. I think that's gonna be the deciding factor. You don't have like terrible matchups, right? You have decent matchups, and he has decent matchup. He has Cooper Cup going up against the Arizona D, which has been really, really good, really, really solid. And Cooper Cup's been a big reason why he's putting up big numbers every week. And then like Tannehill against the Jets, that's one where I don't think maybe Tannehill needs to be throwing the ball much. Just give Henry the ball. It might be
that's a good point too.
So I'm gonna go with the gridiron throne on this one.
I'm gonna go with you too, Mike. I'm gonna go with you too,
bro.
because of the Josh Allen factor. And if he keeps Ryan Tannehill, dude, and I've got Julio Jones, and I moved Julio Jones down because he missed like another practice, I think, or he's limited again. So if he's out two of his main weapons, and against the Jets, I don't think that they're going to be throwing around the ball too much. You know what I mean? If both of them are out, so the slight edge to you in that.
Yeah, it's going to be close though, man. Den Lions is a bona fide squad. I mean, he can go off, So it's not like I'm not saying, I'm giving you Mike, but Den Lions he's got a squad on as he does.
Chris's gut could be right next week, but tell your gut that I send my regards.
There we go. All I'm saying is he might be. I mean, it looks like he's getting Dalvin Cook back. That's all I'm saying. I mean, that's the X factor. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm rooting for you though, Mike, because you're my favorite Mike out of the two, bro.
You haven't met the other one though. He's pretty cool.
I met the other one.
Hey, at some point we have to meet this guy.
He was at our wedding. He was there.
Was he really?
Damn, I knew. Well, I guess. Yeah, I don't know why we didn't say hi. We were in the league then, right? Yeah. So what the fuck? You should have came up and said hi to us
one day. He was there.
One day.
I don't remember. It was long night. Whatever. We'll meet each other one day. We'll all get together. Yeah. The next one, Culon Santo, 3-0. Marlin against Vino Papi, who's 1-2. Vino Papi's 1-2, but his squad puts up points. He's got a good squad as well. He comes from my division, the Earth division, which is a nasty, nasty division. But Culon Santo's been very solid. Marlin, you've had a great season thus far. How you feeling, dude?
I'm feeling a little nervous because I'm throwing some not Hail Marys, but I'm doing something that I've never done before, which is I am running 3 running backs and potentially a 4th one for Julio Jones. It's just I'm in a tough spot where if Julio Jones is out, then I'm left with not a lot of options as far as like a receiver. And I'm not super confident in in Amari Cooper this week. And so, but I think I think the matchups overall are going to be in my favor. So I'm hoping that strategy pulls out the win for me.
Yeah, I think this one might be like we talked about Mike's and Mike's matchup. I think this one might be a very like one of the closer matchups in the league this week too, man. It's I mean, look, I'm looking at the matchups going down the list, and it's just I am undecided at this point. You guys go ahead, and I'll make a decision right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. That's what I was hoping somebody else would talk. But you know what, Marlon? I got you this week.
Es todo.
But I'm also secretly hoping you lose because you're 3-0 and you're in my division.
Yeah, haters are gonna hate. It's kind of scary going up against Brady versus New England because he's gonna be motivated to have a big game. And New England has been not as great of a team this season. But I just think I'm looking at your team and I'm looking at his squad, and it's like, man, I just think you have the better players, man. I just think you have the better players, and I think hopefully Julio plays, and if he does, then I think you've got it. I think you're going to take it. I mean, he's got some injury concerns too. I don't know if Darrell Henderson's going to play. I think he's still questionable to play. I think he will. I think he's projected to play, but it's still up in the air. It hasn't been confirmed.
Yeah.
But and his IDP, Bobby Wagner, is a beast, dude. I mean, fuck, he got him 60 points one day, one week, and like 40 the other week. So, I mean, if Bobby Wagner continues to ball out, it's going to be a problem. But I'm going to go with you, Marlon. I think you're going to take it. I think Vino Papi is going to put up a good score, but I think it's going to be another unlucky week for him, and I think you're going to take it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That means a lot.
The butt Saints, Coulon Santo.
Man,
The butt Saints.
I'll just take Vino just for the just because everybody else is taking Marlon. Marlon, I love you, but honestly, I really don't know who to go with. I'll go with Vino. I don't want him to win because if he loses, then I can catch him, right?
Yeah.
But he's also he's starting the 3 players that traded him, so I kind of want those guys to do good. You know what I mean? Like you trade those players, you're like, I want them to do good. But, nah, fuck that, Marlon. I'm going you, bro.
Damn, our first sweep. Are we sweeping?
Oh, good, dude. I need to lose. I do like your matchups. I'm going Marlon. He goes
Sweet.
Sweet, dude. Sweet, motherfucker. All right.
All right. The next one, the Bad Hombres, who are now 1-2 versus the Tropics from Flint. They're 1-2 as well. Chris, that's your matchup, man. Bring it down.
Man, last week I cut a promo and it worked. I freaking went all in on Ken, and I took out my 0-2 aggression on him. This week I've got to win. I got to win already, so I got that monkey off my back. And respect to the Flint Tropics, man. They've always been good. Ever since the league started, they've always been in it. You know what I mean? I don't think they've had a shitty team since we started the league, to be honest with you. This might be, maybe not his greatest performing team since he's been in the league, but I've got too much respect for this guy to frickin' bury him. All right. I think, you know what, man? I just don't have a good feeling about this week. I think he's gonna beat me, man. I hope he doesn't. I mean, it's not that I'm not confident, but I don't know, man. I just feel like Robert Woods is due for a game. Derrick Henry against the Jets, like Jesus. You know what I mean?
Chris, you can't take yourself. I'm here for you, bro. I'm taking you.
All right, bro. All right, I'm gonna take him. Yeah. Tom's taking me.
Yeah,
cool.
My gut is starting to tell me. My gut is starting to tell me that Flint is going to take this.
I remember, Marlon. I remember like at work, dude. You would always I feel like you and Flint always had like a little rivalry, right? Like you used to you guys were in the same division, and it was just like fucking Flint, dude.
Fucking Flint, man.
So,
fucking Flint.
What do you got to say, Marlon?
Man, I am super scared. Well, I definitely think that Derrick Henry's gonna have a monster game, dude. because I don't think that Ryan Tannehill is going to have to throw the ball too much in that game. They're just going to lean on him and lean on him and lean on him. And that's what makes me nervous for you, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
the
mean, I'm
thing that
fucking
makes me
nervous too.
to you. But
Yeah,
I'm rooting for you, sir. You're my Cowboys bro.
for life,
Yeah, Chris,
bro.
you are my fire, my one desire.
My one desire. That's right.
Say that I want it that way, man.
Dude, one last
Tell me
note though,
why.
real quick. Tell me why. I will tell you why right now. I'm gonna have to start. Because of the CMC injury. I'm starting Mike Davis. I might fucking call an audible at the line and fucking throw a Hail Mary and throw Zach Moss in there because he's got a decent matchup against Houston and he had a good game last week. So maybe they let the kid fucking get some more touches, and maybe he can outperform Mike Davis, which is a pretty low bar because Mike Davis has not done well this season. And then the other thing that concerns me is DJ Moore is going up against Dallas, and Trayvon Diggs is balling out of his fucking mind right now. He's got a pick in every game. He shut down Mike Evans. He shut down that freaking Devontae Jones, Jason, whatever the hell his name is from the Eagles, their number one pick. So he's becoming a good corner. I'm not saying he's a shutdown corner, but he's pesky, dude. So
Yeah.
I think DJ, he's gonna, and he shadows. So I think he might shadow DJ Moore, and if he does, that's gonna be a good matchup.
Yeah.
So it could be tough. I mean, DJ Moore could outperform him and blow him out of the water, but Diggs is becoming a better corner, and I think DJ Moore might not have a really. I'm not banking on him having a great game. If he does, fucking, I hope he does, but I just don't see it this week. So.
Hey, real quick though, I don't think anyone pointed it out, but like Matthew Stafford is the Rams are playing Arizona, and this could be like one of those games where there's like, I don't know, 56 to 40 something, and like 6 or 7 touchdowns between the two teams. So you could be the beneficiary of a really high scoring game at that position.
That's a good point.
I hope so. He's been slinging it too. Yeah, if it's a shootout, I mean, I hope it is, because then he's gonna have to just keep throwing it downfield, and I hope that happens, man. Because Matthew Stafford I've been super happy with him this year, so I hope he keeps it up.
Yeah, he could be putting an MVP campaign together this season.
We'll see, bro. We'll see. But anyway, all right.
All right, boys. So that's is it 3-1? Am I the only one taking our boy?
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, the next one is, how do you like them eggs? Over easy
2-1
versus the Lady Boys 1-2.
You know what?
I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say Over Easy is gonna win.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't even know how much we have to analyze this game.
Yeah.
Based on season performance. Yeah.
I don't think the Lady Boys are gonna, I think they'll eventually win the game. I just don't know if it's going to be this one. You know what I mean? It'd be nice to see. I mean, I'd like for him to beat Over Easy. That way, it makes the standings a little tighter in the division. But
you know what though?
Yeah,
he's already 1-0, so he's already kind of snuck a win in.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. He already won one. I forgot. He might lose the rest of it. He's not 0-3. How the hell did he win a game? That's unbelievable. We got to go back and watch that.
Yeah, our
watch the tape.
Minus Marlon, our division beat each other up. So I beat Vu beat Flint, and Flint beat me.
Holy shit! Hey, if Flint lost to fucking Vu, I'm gonna bury that pussy, dude.
Newfound confidence.
Scratch that from the record. Oh shit. Anyway, I'm gonna go with Over Easy, dude. I think unfortunately, I think Tyreek Hill's gonna wake up, man. He's had 2 kind of iffy games. He's due for a big one. He's gonna drop a 50 burger again here soon. And then Chris Godwin again going up against New England. I just think Tampa's gonna blow them out, man. I think they're gonna fucking donkey New England and just run away with it. And they're not gonna stop throwing the ball, bro. They're not gonna stop fucking trying to score touchdowns. They're gonna want to rub it in fucking Bill Belichick's face. Everybody's scoring touchdowns for Tampa, dude. So I'm gonna go with Over Easy.
Same.
It's sweep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Sweep them.
Is that the second sweep of the night?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Fewer sweeps this week.
Yeah. Only 2.
All right, the last one is the Fart Hounds, myself sitting at 0-3 versus the Golden Dragons, who's 1-2. So I went all in on dim lines last week and I still lost. I guess I'm gonna go with myself this week. I have to. Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm hoping Jefferson and Metcalf have show up performances again. I think that they have decent not decent matchups. They have okay matchups, maybe on the tougher side. But I feel like those guys are both like weapons that need to be utilized if you're playing against tougher opponents. And then I got Kelsey against Philadelphia, so hopefully that works out in my favor. And then finally, Allen Robinson. This might be the week that Allen Robinson finally gets it going. He's going up against Detroit. And,
Detroit. Yeah.
I'm not quite sure who's playing quarterback for the Bears this week. Do you guys have any information on that?
Nope.
I think no. Well, I don't know, man. I think Dalton's practicing again, so fucking Dalton could be in there. So we'll see. He seems to know the offense better, so that might be a plus for Allen Robinson. If Dalton's throwing the ball. I like Kelsey against Philadelphia, dude. I think Kansas City is gonna fucking rout Philadelphia, and Travis Kelsey is. I heard somebody say on the podcast that I was listening to earlier this week, when it comes to tight ends, there's only one Travis Kelsey. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All the other tight ends have ups and they have downs, and they have good weeks and bad weeks. Some have, like Waller and Kittle, they have, better weeks than most. But Kelsey has a week every fucking week, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? That guy, you can rely on him for fucking 20 from the tight end position every week. And so that makes him super valuable when it comes to fantasy. And yeah, man, I just think Jefferson's going to have a good game. I think DK will have a good game. And then Tim Patrick, man, it's a sneaky start with Jerry Jeudy being banged up. And then I think Courtland Sutton picked up
for a second. Yeah. For a second flex option for me for the last couple of weeks. Patrick's been good, man. I mean, I don't have plans on taking him out. I think he's okay.
The one thing to keep an eye on for this week for the Dragons is he hasn't filled his wide receiver position yet. He has an empty slot there.
I think he had AJ Brown there, and so trying to make a decision on what he's going to do.
Yeah, because I don't see an obvious choice to fill that position. Maybe Johnson, or maybe he makes a move, on the waivers or makes a trade or something this week. But Tom, I really don't see you going 0-4, so I think you're going to get your win this week.
Yeah, man, dude. It's tough, right?
It's kind of like the law of averages, dude. Like, you've just been scoring so high, like you're bound to win a fucking game.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's tough because then you're in my position. You're like, what's going to happen, right? And so I don't know, dude. Like I said, I like my roster. I think Lamar, he's questionable right now. He sat out of practice today. Yeah, I think he's going to be good to go. Denver's pretty solid defensively, but I'm not expecting a massive game from Lamar, but I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, I would be a little bit concerned about Joe Mixon, but then he's going his running back is David Montgomery. So
right now, it's halftime right now. He has 2.4 points. He has 5 carries and 14 yards. Been rough. Yeah. Jacksonville's up 14-0. So
but he has David Montgomery, so it's I don't have a lot of confidence in him.
I'm looking at his Kenny Galladay going up against the Saints. Good fucking luck. Galladay has not done well at all this season. We already talked about AJ Brown being out for him, so he's not going to start him. Deontay Johnson's coming off of an injury, so even if he starts, he might be on a pitch count. He might not be all the way back. So I mean, he's in a bit of a position, man. He's in a bit of a tough spot.
Yeah, if I were him, I would move Eckler to the running back position and then put somebody else in the flex. But
maybe do that and then I don't see Najee Harris having back-to-back monster games, dude. I think he's going to come back down to earth because he had like a 40-something point game last week. I don't see him doing that again this week. And then Aaron Rodgers against Pittsburgh. I mean, Pittsburgh's kind of trash, but I mean, I just think. I don't know, man. I mean, Aaron Rodgers hasn't been balling out that crazy, so I'll take Lamar Jackson over Aaron Rodgers any day. And I think you're going to pull it out, dude. The Fart Hounds, first one of the season. Bam.
Yeah, dude. I agree as well. I think you're going to take it. I mean, I'm so envious of you having a Travis Kelsey, dude. Like, that guy will get you.
I don't know how to pull it
20
off.
point.
You know, I
He-
didn't even want to
he'll-
make the trade. He wanted to
he'll
make
give
it.
you he'll give you 20 points on his bye week, bro.
Yeah.
Like he'll
On his
still
bye week.
he'll still show up.
Yeah,
You just get a notification.
it
Another
does feel good
touchdown.
to have that cushion, right, with Kelsey. And if my boys can come out, if my receivers can come out, Jefferson and Metcalf, I'm banking on them. If they can come out and they can score some points, then I'm feeling pretty confident, dude. Like I feel like a receiver, Golden Dragons is struggling at receiver, dude. He's got to do something, especially with AJ Brown being out, and he already was starting out pretty slow. So, I don't know. Montgomery, he's good against Detroit. I think he'll be fine against Detroit. I don't think Montgomery's not the kind of guy that's gonna have a monster game, right? He's just gonna be
I would definitely take Montgomery out of that running back position.
So we'll see, man. I do.
That's me.
I feel confident, but at the same time, dude, I'm 0-3. So how confident can I be? I'm taking myself. I guess that's a bring the brooms out, right? That's a
Sweet.
Sweep them.
And here's to hoping Mixon can fall into the end zone in the second half.
Nice, man. I need you to get the win this week because I'd fucking hate it if you got your first win against me next week, bro. That would fucking suck. So hopefully you get your win this week, man.
Your one win.
I need to start making up some ground, dude. Yeah, 0-3 is not a spot you need to be in. If you're 0-3, you got to start winning some games to kind of put yourself back in a good position. Because otherwise, you go 0-4, then things start looking even more grim, right? So
yeah,
I really need to win this week, dude. I really do. Especially when you have someone that's 3-0 in the division, that makes things a whole lot tougher. Because then you're fighting for
especially in your division with the high scoring fucking teams that are in that division. It's tough.
Yeah. So how do y'all feel like this is asked, like, how do you guys feel like the difference between like divisional matchups and then like non-divisional games? So we got like the season's like a sandwich, right? We got one bun, then we got the meat, and then we got the bottom bun. Right now we're in the meat of the season, dude. How do y'all feel going into it whenever it's just, kind of out of division, you're playing different teams? Because there's a different kind of dynamic when you're playing division games, right? That's why I love that we set our league up like this, because it does like add so much to like rivalries, and just like you can look forward to playing these same 3 teams every year, 6 times, right?
Yeah, it's crazy because when the way it's set up, like you said, the first 3 weeks are divisional matchups, and you have your full squad. Nobody's on bye in the first 3 weeks. Hopefully, there aren't that many injuries, so this is the best your team's going to probably be. And injuries start happening after a couple of weeks. Byes start happening, so if you're in a hole, like I'm like in my division, I'm in a bit of a hole. I'm 1-2. And I already lost my best player, and then I've got bye weeks coming up. Like it puts you behind the 8 ball in your division. You know what I mean? Like it sucks. Like starting off 3-0 like Marlon did, or being 2-1 before the buys happen, before injuries happen, you already got you got money in the bank.
Pretty,
yeah. So it's
you're afforded to breathe a little bit. Like for me,
exactly.
I'm so glad that I get to play games outside of my division. These guys are freaks, dude. Like I said, like putting up points. I feel like finally, man, I can catch a break against a team that doesn't look that scary on paper, right? Because everybody in my division looks wild,
Yeah. It's when I go up against like players like with like Dem Lions or even Flint, like if I lose, I don't really know those motherfuckers, so it doesn't bother me that much. When I lose to somebody that I know, it bothers me way more. You know what I mean? Because it's like I know your personality, I know your face. I fucking, we've eaten dinner together. Like it's a whole different thing. It's more personal. You know what I mean? Like so like me playing Flint this week, if I lose to him, it's gonna suck. I want to win, but I mean, it's like, I'd rather lose to him than to fucking Haley or fucking, or to fucking Kenneth. You know what I mean? Like somebody inside the division. Like it makes it for me. It makes it a little easier. Takes some of the pressure off. But yeah, man. It's a whole another animal when you have to start dealing with bye weeks and injuries and stuff, and that usually happens after your first 3 games in the division. So you're gonna have to start managing better. It's different. It's a different ball game.
Yeah.
You guys have anything to add to that, or
no? That was well stated, Chris.
I'm actually not looking forward to playing outside the division, because I know that inevitably.
You're 3-0.
I mean, I've got the first sneak peek of the fire division, or sorry, the earth division this week with Vino Papi. If I can get over that hurdle, you know, maybe the following ones won't be so
Yeah.
won't stink so bad. But I'm not looking forward to my matchups against anybody from the Earth division.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I think last year the Wind division was it 2 years ago, Chris? When the Wind y'all's division was just
I
like
think it was last. It was last year, man. Last year we had a pretty
okay.
beastly.
Hold on. Now that I've said that, we've only had one non-Earth division champion in the league. All the champions other than Chris have come from this division.
Oh,
and
no shit.
That just goes to show how good my division is year in and year out, dude.
What? That's
Vino
crazy, dude.
twice, Den Lions won it once, and then the Chimps have won it once. I've never won it. I'm the only team that's never won it, and
Yeah.
I'm on.
Wait, did we ever do a
I'm the worst in the league.
did we ever do a division realignment though? Like, because I think we changed divisions after the first season or something.
So we only had 2 divisions the first year. And then we did
Okay.
But I mean, I'm still.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Yeah.
It's the same, right? like I come from a division that has a pedigree, and you know it's rough, man. These guys they
Yeah.
play well, dude. Adrian's been. I mean, the Chimps they've been riding Patrick Mahone for years now, and it's,
Before it was a dynasty league.
But anyway,
Yeah.
dude, Earth division's rough, dude. I mean, I just want to win, bro. Give me a win.
Just give me a fucking win.
All right,
Yeah, man.
boys. That's a good one. Good luck in week 4. We'll be back next week. Good luck to you all. And we'll catch you next week.
Peace.
Vamos.
Later.